Hello everyone, I'm Suinan. Today we're going to make these 3 chubby little bear, penguin, and cat. Next, we'll start crocheting the penguin's wings. First, start with a magic ring of 6 stitches. Hold the crossed yarn. We'll first make a chain 1. Insert the hook into the loop, yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through again. Now work the first stitch. Insert the hook into the ring. Yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both loops on the hook. We'll also place a stitch marker on the first stitch. Now the second stitch. Third stitch. Fifth stitch. Sixth stitch, done. After completing the 6 stitches, lengthen the loop. And pull the yarn tail to tighten the ring. Place a stitch marker on the last stitch as well. Now slip stitch into the first stitch. Okay, tighten the starting chain. Now start round 2. Round 2, 1 SC, 1 increase, repeat 3 times. First, work 1 single crochet in the first stitch. Then 1 increase. Next, 1 single crochet. Then 1 increase. One single crochet. Finally 1 increase. Done. Place a stitch marker on the last stitch. Slip stitch into the first stitch. Then make a chain 1. Now start round 3. Round 3, 2 SC, 1 increase. Repeat 3 times. Work 1 single crochet. Then the second single crochet. Then 1 increase. Continue repeating this pattern. Round 3 is complete. You should have 12 stitches in total. Now turn the piece inside out. So this is the right side facing out. Now work round 4. From round 4 to round 7. Work 1 single crochet in each stitch around, 12 stitches per round. First stitch. Second stitch. Third stitch. Continue repeating around. Work all the way through round 7. Penguin wing round 7 is complete. Now fold it in half. Then work 6 single crochets across the top of the wing. To close it, insert the hook into the first stitch, and the corresponding stitch behind it. And work a single crochet. Continue with the next stitch. And its corresponding back stitch. Work the second single crochet. Third. Continue. After finishing, lengthen the loop. Leave a long tail about 10 to 15 centimeters and cut the yarn. We'll use this for sewing later. This completes one penguin wing. Make the second wing the same way. Now we'll crochet the penguin's beak. First, start with a magic ring of 8 stitches. Make a chain 1 first. Work the first stitch. Similarly, place a stitch marker on the first stitch. Now the second stitch. Third. Continue until 8 stitches are complete. Lengthen the loop and tighten the yarn tail. Place a stitch marker on the last stitch. Slip stitch into the first stitch. Then make another chain 1. Now start round 2. Round 2, work 8 single crochets. First stitch. Second stitch. Continue around. Round 2 is complete. Turn it inside out so the right side faces out. This is the outer side. Now work round 3. Round 3, again work 1 SC in each stitch, 8 stitches around. First stitch. Second. Continue around. Round 3 is complete. Leave a short tail and cut the yarn. Take the hook and insert it from the inside into the first stitch. Pull the yarn tail through. Then insert the hook from the inside into the last stitch, picking up only the back loop, and pull the yarn tail through. This creates a new V-shaped stitch between the last and first stitches. Okay. Pull it slightly tight. Then you can knot the yarn tails together in the middle and hide the knot inside the piece, or simply push the ends inside. This completes the penguin's beak. Next, we will crochet the penguin's hat. First, start with a magic ring of 8 stitches. We still begin by making a chain 1. Now work the first stitch. Second stitch. Third. 8 stitches completed. Now lengthen the loop. Tighten the yarn end, then slip stitch back to the first stitch. After the slip stitch, make a chain 1. Now start round 2. Round 2 consists of 8 increases. First, the first one. Next, still in the first stitch. 1 increase completed. Now the second. Second increase done. Continue repeating. We work a total of 8 increases. Round 2 completed. Now start round 3. From round 3 through round 5, we work continuous rounds of single crochets, 16 stitches per round. First stitch. Second stitch. Third. Continue repeating. Work all the way to round 5. Round 5 completed. Now start round 6. Round 6, 1 single crochet, 1 increase. Repeat 8 times. First, a single crochet. Then an increase. Next single crochet. Then an increase. Continue repeating. Round 6 completed. Now, if you want to sew it on later, leave a long tail and cut the yarn. If you prefer to glue it, just leave a short tail and cut. If you left a short tail, insert the hook into the first stitch and pull the yarn end to the inside. Pull it inside. After pulling it inside, use a yarn needle to weave the end into the fabric. Next, switch to red yarn to continue. Insert the hook from the inside into any stitch of the previous round. Then bring the red yarn through. After bringing it through, make a chain 1. Hold the yarn end with your left hand. Make a chain 1. Now continue crocheting with the red yarn. This round is all single crochets. 24 stitches around. First, the first stitch. Insert into the stitch where you just joined the yarn. And work the first SC. Next, the second. Insert into the next stitch. Keep the yarn end on top and crochet over it to hide it. Third. Fourth. Continue repeating. The last stitch. After finishing the last stitch, do not slip stitch yet. Leave a yarn end and cut the yarn. Now insert the hook into the first stitch. From the outside of the first stitch. And pull the yarn end through. After pulling it through, insert the hook into the last stitch the same way. Pick up the back loop and pull the yarn through. Tighten slightly. This way. Between the first and last stitches, a new V-shaped stitch is formed. New stitch. Then use a yarn needle to weave the yarn end into the texture of the fabric. After hiding the end, fold the red brim over. This completes the penguin's hat. Next, we will make the little bow for the penguin. First, start with a magic ring. Make 2 chain stitches. 1, 2. After the 2 chains, work 3 double crochets. To make a double crochet, yarn over first, then insert into the ring. Pull up a loop. There are now 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Yarn over again and pull through the remaining 2 loops. 1 double crochet completed. Continue, yarn over. Insert into the ring, pull up a loop. Now, yarn over, pull through first 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through last 2. Second one done. Continue, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through first 2. Yarn over, pull through last 2. 3 double crochets completed. Now chain 2, 1, 2. Then slip stitch back into the ring. Simply pull the yarn through. Then pull it through the loop on the hook. Tighten slightly. Continue. Repeat the same sequence once more. Chain 2, 1, 2. Then work 3 double crochets. One. 2. 3 double crochets done. Chain 2, 1, 2. Then Slip stitch into the ring. And pull through. Leave a yarn end and cut the yarn. Now tighten the magic ring. By pulling firmly. Done. After tightening, wrap the yarn end around the center. Once. Wrap once, then take the other yarn end. And wrap it 2 more times. Done. After wrapping, tie a knot at the back. This completes the bow. Next, we will crochet the little bear's ears. First, start with a magic ring of 8 stitches. Hold the crossed yarn in place, make a chain 1, standing chain. Work the first single crochet. Second single crochet. Third single crochet. 8 single crochets completed. Place a stitch marker in the last stitch. Pull the yarn tail to tighten the magic ring. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. Chain 1 after joining. Start round 2. Round 2, 8 increases, 2 SC in each stitch. Work the first increase. First increase completed. Second increase. Continue. Insert the hook into the second stitch. Continue repeating around. Round 2 finished. You now have 16 stitches in total. Start round 3. Round 3, work 16 single crochets around. First SC. Second SC. Third SC. Continue repeating around. Round 3 completed. Start round 4. Round 4. Round 4, 2 SC, 1 decrease. Repeat 4 times. Work 1 single crochet. Second single crochet. Beginners, make sure to use a stitch marker. Now decrease, pick up the front loops only of the next 2 stitches and complete the decrease. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through both loops. Decrease done. Continue repeating the sequence around. Round 4 finished. You now have 12 stitches total. Leave a long tail, about 10 to 15 centimeters, and cut the yarn for sewing later. 10 to 15 centimeters of yarn tail. Make the second ear using the exact same method. Now both ears are done. Next, we will crochet the little bear's arms. First, start with a magic ring of 7 stitches. Make a chain 1. Work the first single crochet. Place a stitch marker in the first stitch. Second single crochet. Continue. 7 single crochets completed. Pull the yarn tail to close the magic ring. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. Good. After joining, chain 1. Start round 2. From round 2 to round 4, work 7 single crochets each round. 7 single crochets around. First SC. Second SC. Continue repeating. The 7th single crochet is done. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. Tighten the slip stitch, then chain 1. Turn the piece right side out. This is the outer side. Continue. Work round 3. Good. Rounds 3 and 4 are the same as round 2, 7 work single 7 crochets single crochets. First SC. If the yarn tail is too long, you can cut it. Second SC. Third SC. Continue repeating until the end of round 4. Work continuously through round 4. Round 4 finished. Next. After chaining 1, fold the piece in half. Then work 3 single crochets across the opening to close it. First single crochet through both layers. Second SC. Third SC. 3 single crochets completed. Leave a long tail and cut the yarn. About 10 to 15 centimeters is enough. The little bear's arm is finished. Make the second arm using the exact same method. Both arms done. 36300:20:54:000:00:20:55 633. Next, we will crochet the little bear's small hat. First, start with a magic ring of 4 stitches. Begin with yellow yarn. Make a chain 1. Work the first single crochet. Second single crochet. Third single crochet. Fourth single crochet. Place a stitch marker on the 4th stitch. Mark it. Lengthen the loop and tighten the yarn tail. Slip stitch into the first stitch. Insert the hook into the marked first stitch and slip stitch. Slip stitch. Pull the yarn through. Pull it through the loop on the hook and tighten. Then make a chain 1. Start round 2. Round 2, 1 single crochet, 1 repeat increase, twice, repeat 2 times. Good. Work 1 single crochet. Then 1 increase. Next, 1 single crochet. In the last stitch, work 1 increase. Round 2 completed. You now have 6 stitches total. Now we will change color. On the last single crochet of the previous round, pull back the last loop. And when the stitch is half finished, switch to green yarn. Bring the green yarn through. Pull the green yarn through. After pulling it through, slip stitch into the first stitch. To join, hold the yarn end with your left hand. When slip stitching, pick up the back loop of the first stitch. Pick up only the back from you. Pick up the back loop and pull the yarn through. Make a chain 1. Start round 3. Do not cut the yellow yarn yet. We will need it again later. Then, place a stitch marker on the last stitch of the previous round. Now work round 3. Round 3, 2 single crochets, 1 increase, repeat 2 times. Repeat twice. We need to offset the increases, so first work 1 SC, then 1 increase. Remove the stitch marker. Insert the hook into the first stitch, where the marker was, and work into the whole V. Keep the green yarn end on top of the hook, and crochet over it to hide it. Yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through both loops, first SC done. Then work 1 increase. Insert the hook into the second stitch, and work an increase. Keep the yarn end on top of the hook, and crochet over it. Continue. Next, 2 single crochets, 1 increase. 1 single crochet. Second single crochet. Then 1 increase. You can leave the yarn end at the back now. Turn the piece right side out. Ignore any background noise. In the last stitch, work 1 single crochet. Place a stitch marker on the last stitch. Mark it. Slip stitch into the first stitch. Adjust the piece a little. Our color pattern is 2 rounds yellow, 2 rounds green. So after finishing round 4, we will change color again. If the yellow yarn end is too long, you can cut it. Now work round 4. Round 4, 3 single crochets, 1 increase, repeat twice, repeat 2 times. First, 1 single crochet. Second single crochet. Third. Then 1 increase. Continue with another set of the same. Round 4 completed. You now have 10 stitches total. Now change color again. Do not slip stitch yet. On the last single crochet, pull the last loop back. And when the stitch is half done, switch to yellow yarn. Change to yellow. After switching to yellow, slip stitch into the first stitch, picking up the back loop only. Slip stitch through the back loop. Tighten and make a chain 1. Start round 5. Round 5, 4 single crochets, 1 increase, repeat 2 times, repeat twice. We need to offset the increases, so first work 2 SC, then 1 increase. Beginners, make sure to place a stitch marker on the last stitch. Mark it. First work 2 single crochets, then 1 increase. 1 single crochet. Second single crochet. Beginners, always use a stitch marker. Then 1 increase. Then, 4 SC, 1 increase. After finishing 1 set, you will have 2 stitches left, work 2 more single crochets, continue the pattern. Round 5 completed. You now have 12 stitches total. Start round 6. Round 6, 3 single crochets, 1 increase, repeat 3 times. Repeat 3 times. First, 1 single crochet. Beginners, place a stitch marker. Second single crochet. Third single crochet. Then 1 increase. Continue with 2 more sets of the same pattern. At the end of the round, do not slip stitch. We need to change color. On the last stitch of round 6. When the stitch is half finished, switch to green yarn. After switching to green, slip stitch into the first stitch. To join, pick up the back loop of the first stitch, the one farther from you. Slip stitch. Make a chain 1. Start round 7. Round 7, work 1 single crochet in each stitch around. After round 6, you should have 15 stitches total. Work 15 single crochets. First SC. Second SC. Third SC. Continue around. Round 7 completed. We no longer need the yellow yarn. Cut the yellow yarn. Start round 8. Round 8, 4 single crochets, 1 increase, repeat 3 times. First, work 1 single crochet. Keep the yellow yarn end on top, and crochet over it to hide it. Second SC. Third SC. Fourth SC. Then 1 increase. You can leave the yarn end at the back now. Continue with 2 more sets of the same pattern. At the end of the round, do not slip stitch. Round 8 completed. If you want to sew the hat on later, leave a longer yarn tail and cut. If you prefer to glue it, leave a short tail and cut, that's fine. Good. Insert the hook into the first stitch. From the inside, into the first stitch, and pull the yarn end to the back. After pulling it to the back, insert the hook into the last stitch. Pick up only the back loop, and pull the yarn end to the back again. This is an invisible finish. A new V-shaped stitch forms between the first and last stitches. The new V is created. You can pull it a little tighter. Then use a yarn needle to weave the yarn end into the fabric. Next, we will crochet the little bear's nose. First, start with a magic ring of 6 stitches. Make a chain 1. Work the first single crochet. Second single crochet. Third single crochet. Fourth single crochet. Fifth single crochet. Sixth single crochet. Place a stitch marker in the last stitch. Lengthen the loop and pull the yarn tail to tighten the ring. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. After joining, make a chain 1. Start round 2. Round 2, 6 increases, 2 SC in each stitch. First increase. First increase completed. Work the second increase in the next stitch. Second increase. Continue repeating around. Round 2 finished. You now have 12 stitches total. Start round 3. Rounds 3 and 4, work 12 single crochets each round. First SC. Second SC. Continue repeating around. Work all the way through round 4. Round 4 completed. The little bear's nose is finished. If you want to sew it on, leave a long tail and cut the yarn. If you prefer to glue it, leave a slightly shorter tail, but not too short. Now perform an invisible finish. Insert the hook into the first stitch and pull the yarn end to the back. Then insert the hook into the last stitch, picking up only the back loop, and pull the yarn end through to the back again. Pull it slightly tight. Slightly tighter. This creates an invisible finish. A new V-shaped stitch forms between the last and first stitches. The new V is complete. If you plan to sew it on, you can just sew with the long tail. Sew it in place. If using glue, simply hide the yarn end inside the piece. Next, we will start crocheting the cat's ears. First, start with a magic ring of 4 stitches. Hold the crossed yarn in place. Make a chain 1. Work the first single crochet. Similarly, place a stitch marker on the first stitch. Done. Now the second single crochet. third, fourth. Also place a stitch marker on the last, fourth, stitch. Mark the fourth stitch as well. Lengthen the loop and pull the yarn tail to tighten the magic ring. Then slip stitch into the first stitch. Because we only started with 4 stitches in the magic ring, it is quite small and a bit hard to slip stitch. Okay, insert the hook into the first stitch, where the marker is. Yarn over and pull through. Then pull it through the loop already on the hook. Tighten, then make a chain 1. Start round 2. Round 2, 1 SC, 1 increase, repeat twice. Repeat 2 times. First, work 1 single crochet in the marked stitch. 1 SC in the first stitch. Keep the marker on the first stitch, then work an increase. In the second stitch, 2 SC in the same stitch. Next, 1 single crochet. Then 1 increase. In the last stitch. Done. Place a stitch marker on the last stitch. Slip stitch into the first stitch, where the marker is. Tighten and make a chain 1. Now turn the piece right side out. This is the outer side. After turning, start round 3. If the center yarn is too long, you can cut it. Round 3, 2 SC, 1 increase, repeat twice. Repeat 2 times. We need to offset the increases here. First, work 1 single crochet. Then 1 increase. Work the increase. Then, 2 SC, 1 increase. And the final stitch is 1 single crochet. Continue the pattern yourself. Round 3 completed. Slip stitch into the first stitch, then chain 1. Round 3 has 8 stitches in total. Please count your stitches. Round 2 had 6 stitches. Now start round 4. Round 4, 3 SC, 1 increase, repeat twice. Repeat 2 times. First, 1 single crochet. Next, second single crochet. Third single crochet. Then 1 increase. Continue with another set of the same pattern. Round 4 completed. You now have 10 stitches total. Start round 5. Round 5, 4 SC, 1 increase. We need to offset the increases. So first work 2 SC, then 1 increase. First SC. Second SC. Then 1 increase. Increase completed. Then, 4 SC, 1 increase. After finishing one set, you will have 2 stitches left, so work 2 more single crochets. Continue the pattern yourself. Round 5 completed. You now have 12 stitches total. Please count your stitches to confirm. Now fold the ear in half. Remove the stitch marker. Then work single crochets across the top edge. To close it, insert the hook into the first stitch. and the corresponding stitch at the back. The last corresponding stitch. Work one single crochet through both layers. Continue with the next stitch and its matching stitch behind. Work the second SC. Third. Fourth. Fifth. Sixth. Six single crochets completed. Leave a long tail and cut the yarn for sewing later. About 10 to 15 centimeters is enough. This completes one cat ear. Make the second ear using the exact same method. Both ears done.